These choices don't exist today. As Lord Leach pointed out, by 2020, the number of unskilled people in work will have shrunk from 3.6 million today to just 600,000. 40% of jobs will require graduate qualifications and will need a further 4.6 million people with high-level skills. That's why I say that in the past, education was primarily a matter of social progress with an economic dimension. Now, it's primarily an issue of economic stability with a hugely important social dimension. We have to combine economic efficiency with social justice by ensuring that every child reaches their potential and that no talent is left untapped. And this means continuing to raise standards for all while simultaneously attacking the social class gap. As we move from a 75% employment rate, the highest of any G7 country, to our goal of 80%, a level only achieved by Iceland, that's the country, not the retail chain, we have to prepare all of our young people for fulfilling lives in work and make a reality of lifelong learning. There are three principal ways that we can achieve this. First, we must be increasingly bold in our help to support families and children. Early promise can be extinguished at a startlingly young age in deprived homes. There's a book by Jim Trelease called the Read Aloud Handbook, where he quotes the US research by Hart and Risley that shows that a child from a professional family is likely to have heard 45 million words by their 4th birthday. A child from a deprived background will have heard just 13 million words. What starts as a lack of vocabulary at 4 turns to a reading problem at age 11, leading to poor English at age 14 and fewer opportunities throughout the rest of their lives. Trelease says that the message from this kind of research is unambiguous. It's not the toys in the house that make the difference in children's lives. It's the words in their heads. The least expensive thing we can give a child, outside of a hug, turns out to be the most valuable: words. This is why our trepidatious and, I hope, delicate first tiptoeing into the area of parenting are so important. We know that 2 years of good early education can boost development by up to 6 months at age 5, which is why we've given every 3- and 4-year-old an entitlement to 12.5 hours free early learning every week, which 90% of children have taken up. We'll extend this to 15 hours by 2010. Sure Start Children's Centres are designed to ensure that every child gets the support they need in the early years. Many of these centres will be co-located with primary schools, providing parents with an easily accessible service, whilst also enabling schools to provide extended services. By 2010, there will be a Sure Start Children's Centre in every community, 3,500 of them, and by the same year, every school will be an extended school. This means all children will be able to access the kinds of extracurricular activities which were once largely the preserve of those in the independent sector: sport, music, dance and drama, together with languages and other more academic or vocational pursuits. All of the evidence is that these play an enormous role in helping pupils achieve their potential in life, providing vital social and cultural skills at the same time as helping to improve their results. Schools offering extended services are improving at twice the national average, while simultaneously reducing the rate of exclusions. This re-emphasises the point that far from there being any conflict between Every Child Matters and raising attainment, the two are inextricably linked. A good home or a good school alone cannot guarantee success. Children need a stable home and a successful school. All of you will have experienced the frustration of knowing that your good work through the day can be dissipated by squalor, neglect, poor parenting, and even abuse outside of the school gates. Every Child Matters better coordinates and targets the considerable assistance of the state in the interests of society's most vulnerable children. Every Child Matters and extended services are central issues for the social partnership, and Mary has powerfully argued that any extension of services must be negotiated with the relevant unions. We're committed to this and to ensuring that the extension of services in schools is not achieved at the expense of a teacher's working conditions. So support for families and children is important, as is my second imperative, ensuring that schools are able to unleash the potential of every child. We reject the view that some children are inescapably destined to fail because of their backgrounds. Teachers work wonders day in, day out, using inspiring, innovative, and above all, personalised techniques with children from deprived homes. Christine Gilbert's review captured many of these techniques, providing a compelling vision for the future. We're investing £1 billion in supporting personalised learning this year alone, with much more to come following the budget settlement. Part of this is to provide intensive one-to-one tuition for children who have fallen behind in English and maths, so that extra help is tied to educational need and is not just the preserve of the prosperous. The budget settlement means that we'll be able to provide 600,000 children a year with that support by 2010. The Key Stage 3 review will also enable us to move forward on Christine Gilbert's recommendations, allowing more scope for teachers to apply an individual approach, and we'll also extend our support for those with exceptional potential. But to really ingrain personalised learning, we must turn around the whole basis on which schools are judged. By shifting the focus of accountability onto how far each individual child progresses, we're seeking to make a practical reality of our educational mantra, ensuring that every child does indeed matter. If someone with the potential for 8 A-grade GCSEs only achieves 5 moderate passes, it's not a success. But if someone expected to achieve nothing gets their English and maths GCSE, we should recognise that achievement by the individual, the teacher and the school. You've rightly called for a renewed focus on progression, enabling teachers to focus on all of their pupils, not just the attentive and advanced, allowing the teacher to be the judge of when a child should move on to the next level, as with music exams. The passage of time should not be the sole determinant of a child's progress. With new technologies, it's easier to judge when a child is being held back and when they need additional support. Exploiting these new methods will help ensure that every child can reach their potential, avoiding the risk of the gifted, the struggling, or the stuck falling into a state of apathy and poor motivation. It's clear from the recent consultation on progression that you share our appetite to look afresh at performance assessments. Teachers deserve more credit when they've helped a child to make significant progress, irrespective